And hello to all my Aquarius friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'm going to be doing your free psychic tarot reading for July of 2021. Today we are going to be looking at a Celtic cross spread. That's what they have dialed up. It is a big spread, 10 cards, a lot of information. It's usually one topic, but it can kind of spread off from there. It's going to be interesting to see what we got because they have instructed me to do just the Celtic cross. Nothing extra, no additional. So they want all your time focused on it. So it should be pretty interesting to see. So the cards are already shuffled. We're going to get right into it. Go ahead and hit that like button. Get some energy going in here. And I'm going to bring you in over here so you can see what I'm doing. I think we're good. Okay, so I save time by shuffling the cards ahead of time. And what I do right now in front of you are my ritual cuts. Cuts the deck into thirds and puts them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. And it also is the same procedure as if you were here getting a private reading from me in person. I like to keep everything as authentic as I can. So there we go with that. Now let's run the Celtic cross. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different than what we did last month for you, Aquarius. We did a four corners last month for you. So that was the four different topics in life that people ask about in tarot. This is more less specific, but a ton of information. Let's see what we got. Everything in view? I guess I should check that first. Nope. All right, so I'm going to bend this in just so you can see it all. Well, it is sloppy, but here's 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the Celtic cross, the main hub of it, is there. And that is what we are looking at this evening. Go back to the wide angle. There you are. Okay. So to begin with, a lot of you Aquariuses have done a good job with toxicity. A lot of toxic things have been removed. They show that you're doing things the right way now. A lot of you are doing things the right way. A lot of you are also taking care of others. The Hierophant card comes up. It's a very communal card about taking care of you, yourself, your loved ones, your close circle, essentially. They talk about what's on a lot of your minds is that there is a decision that has not been made yet. It has to be made. I don't know what it's about. They don't tell me specifics about that card. It is a major arcana card, but in its position, inverted, I view it as a decision that has not yet been made. So something that has been weighing on your mind, probably, that you've been thinking about, or you just haven't pulled the trigger yet on it, that is something that needs to happen this month in July. They want you to take action and get that decision made. And I guess I shouldn't say take action. Let's just make the decision on the action itself. So making that mental decision, which doesn't even have to be a physical one, just make the mental decision what it is that this correlates to. And it may even be physical. If it is, make the physical decision too. Let's see what we got next. Okay, past position. A lot of you have been dealing with something has come up recently about work. That's what they're talking about in the past position here. Some kind of funky has come up from work for a lot of you. And this is the recent past. So this is like, it could even be up till now, but I'm thinking more toward June. It could even be like late May. But something weird is going on at work or has been going on. And I think you're coming out of it now. So I feel a little bit better about it. But it's still popping up. So it's still kind of like energetically pushing along with you, so that needs attention. You got to get rid of that. Very intriguing one right there. The future position shows that there is a mental inaction that's going on with a lot of you. A lot of you have not made up your mind. That's just another way of saying you haven't made up your mind. And it kind of goes back to the Judgment card a little bit, because that's a decision that hasn't been made. This could be the same thing. It could be just another form of saying that or putting emphasis on it. Or it could be saying that it could be different, that there's something that you haven't made up your mind on. And this is in the Sword suit, so it can be anything. It's usually more thoughts, but it's very in your own mind, in your own thoughts. It's usually what it is. So it's usually a decision, a thought process that has not been made yet that's coming up. So obviously you're going to have to take charge with something coming up. A whole bunch of you Aquariuses, because that's coming up as kind of a common theme with the first few cards that we pulled. The above position, this is something that you're well aware of and that you know of. For a lot of you, they're talking about a car in good shape. That's pretty specific. I don't view any of that as a problem, but they do talk about a car for a lot of you. So I don't know if that's a new car, that a lot of you have just gotten a new car or are thinking about getting a new car. It's coming up on top, so it's in the front of your mind. This has been something that's coming up for a lot of you. Now, that's the literal definition of the card. If it's not that, we're talking about the energy of it, and that is saying that you're splitting your energy too far between two different places. And I know those definitions don't even seem congruent. They don't seem like they go together at all, but that's the way it is. So it's either the car that they're talking about, which is obvious, or it's saying that your energy, you're putting energy into two different areas in your life, and you're spreading yourself too thin is what you're doing. And that's probably the definition that most of you are going to use here. So they want you to really kind of take it from the two different positions and hone it back in toward one thing, and to stop cutting yourself so short and spreading yourself so thin. But they're saying that you're also aware that you do that, so it's not like I'm telling you anything new. And I view that as a good thing, because at least if you're aware that you do it, then you can hopefully do something about it or implement what it is you have to implement. I did forget to pull that. Okay. Going back to the very beginning, just because I forgot that card, it says a leg up. A lot of you are doing steps right now to improve not just yourself, but your family. A lot of your children are coming up here. In the picture of the card, it's a polar bear and a little polar bear cub climbing up on mom or dad's back. So that is a couple different things. It's either what I just said about taking care of your family, which was really the very first thing I said in the whole spread. But it's just a reaffirmation of that, as well as if any of you are, they could be bringing up leg for some of you. If some of you have any ailments with your leg, that could come up. Very less likely of that, but it's still, something I have to at least mention for the ones that applies to. Something with your leg worth checking out. And also, here's kind of an interesting correlation. If you're one of the Aquariuses that are looking to move, you may want to consider looking at a place that is a leg up. So a 2-story, something, or a multi-story house, or an apartment that is not on the base floor. So that's something else that can also come up. Now, the bottom position of the Celtic cross, they're talking about something that you're not aware of. So now I am telling you something new, and that is saying that there is a love message coming in. It's not here yet. It probably is going to pop in sometime in July. This is a July spread. At the same time, this is a general reading. So, there are a lot of Aquariuses sharing this energy. If you're looking for a reading specific to you, I do offer personal readings on my website, scottsagent.com. This love message here is, if I had to guess, it's either coming up in the beginning part of July, or if it's coming up at the end of July. Basically what it means is it has to be a good thing. I feel like it's a good thing either way. More than likely it's at the beginning of the month, but if it comes in the end, it is for sure a good thing because of the placement of it and because it's not inverted. Inverted, it would kind of be a stinging love message, and that's not what we have here. So thankful for that. Well, let's move on to the run up the sides here. Well, actually, before I do that, let's talk about the beginning of the month. The beginning of the month, the moon cycle. The moon cycle for July is actually following the same course that it did for June. So we have a new moon on the 10th. That's the good time to bring anything into your life you want to manifest in. On the 24th, toward the end of the month, toward the end of July, that is when you need to push anything out that you don't want in your life anymore. Following the moon cycles is a really good, easy way to use that window of lunar frequency to your advantage. So slot number 7 here, the advice section. A lot of you are moving into a new chapter in life. If you look at your life like a book or a story, one chapter has ended, the next has begun. They're saying a lot of you have already begun a new chapter. So it's not even the transition anymore. They're saying that you're already in it. So that's important because you need to act accordingly. Don't be bringing stuff from past chapters into your new chapter. Leave the past in the past. Write your current chapter in the present. That's the advice for this. For external influences, this is your environment or things that are around you right now. They're saying that there's a lot of you are surrounded by a lot of know-it-alls that think they know what's best for you. That's the first thing that comes up. A lot of you, they think that they know better than you do, even if they're younger than you. I know that's specific. It's going to only apply to some people, but there are some younger people coming up that are saying, hey, you're doing this wrong or whatever. It could be work. It more than likely is not work, more like family or loved ones type thing, or even friends. But a lot of people are kind of going against some decisions you're making currently, or just don't feel like they're in your corner right now in general. That also comes up. As we move into slot 9, hopes and fears. A lot of you are kind of I don't want to say entrapped because it just sounds so negative, but a lot of you are kind of cordoned at work. You're kind of sectioned off and a little bit restricted. It might even feel restricted, even if it's not physically. Your job might be just tightening the reins on you a little bit, or the handcuffs, or the however you want to describe it. But the business aspect of work is coming up good right now. So obviously that's not a fear, it's a hope. Well, I guess the fear aspect is that you're going to get too stuck into work, and the hope is that you don't. So that is what's saying what is on your mind and what the decisions that are weighing a lot of you in regards to work right now. And then finally, we end with the end outcome. There's an inaction that they want you to take. It goes back to the very beginning. It's an inaction likely with job, health, finances. Job, health, or finances. It's going to be different for everybody because a lot of Aquarius is here. But there's an inaction they want you to take. Total, final decision, inaction. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, this message may not be for you. I know it. I'm kind of framing it up in a way that's specific yet vague. And that's not because of me, it's because of the card and the position. They keep talking about this inaction. So for some of you, that it's an inaction in health, for example. And this is not meant to confuse anybody. This is supposed to be like kind of clear. So whatever resonates with you is more likely the message for you. If they're talking about an inaction with health for you, you have to turn this around and start taking this health action, whatever it may be, whether it's an exercise program or changing the way you do this and that, or stopping a certain habit or something like that. So they want you to take that action. If they're talking about a job and inaction with a job, it might not be the right time to pursue a new job. If that's something you've been thinking about, you might want to wait. It might not be the opportune time. If work has been stagnant and it's not a lot happening right now, probably going to be more of the same in July. July is kind of business as usual for work, with the exception of of what I just described as the kind of the confinement aspect. Not a whole lot of changes. What else? Finances. An inaction with finances. May not be the best month to spend. That's going to be different for everybody. But if you feel intuitively that you shouldn't be spending money this month, you're probably right. That is why I really like the personal readings. It gets a lot more into the details. It uses your energy that's not shared with the board. And I offer a product that's called a My Month service. Right now, for the month of July, I'm offering it up absolutely free when you sign up to the email. It's really quick. It's your name, first name, last initial, email address, date of birth, and that's it. You send that off within like a couple days. I email you back your My Month, where it looks specifically at your month, your personal energy only. It doesn't use any of the shared stuff. So that's a no-brainer. Absolutely take care of that and sign up for that. You will not regret it. There's also, talking about the My Month, check out the video. I just created a promo for it. Anything I talk about in this whole entire video, I put in the comments section. I make it real easy for you guys. I link everything up. The My Month promo is mind-blowing. It's so good. It shows reviews of what people have said and how specific it is. It is the best thing that you can do next to a personal full reading. And at this time, it's absolutely free, like I said. So that is going to conclude our reading for July of 2021. I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. A reminder to hit that subscribe button so that you see all the videos that come up in the future. And I will talk to you in August.